Good evening and welcome to Tsukiji Hongwanji Buddhist Temple. I'd like to first have you join it together in Gassho. Namandavas, 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 namandavas. Welcome to the English service for the month of October. My name is Koshin Yamamoto. I will be emceeing this evening. I'd like to first begin with the reading of the aspiration found on page 2 in the service book. Namandavas, 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 namandavas. Aspiration. Reverently, we come before the shrine of our Amida Buddha, the Holy One, the Perfect One. With gratitude, we have brought our offering of love and devotion to honor the Buddha. We earnestly resolve to strive to understand the holy teaching and to walk every day in the blessed path, so that, like the Buddha, may we attain the peace of nirvana. Namandavas, 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 namandavas. Next, we will have sutra chanting, Jusege, which will be found on page 3 of this service book. お願いいたします。
Namandav, 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 namandav. Namandav, 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 namandav. Namandav, 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 namandav. Gabom josega Jodo, 시간 불만족, 세부조쇼각, 가오무려고, 부이다이 세슈, 부사이 쇼빙게, 세부조쇼가, 가시조변답, 묘쇼조지뽀, 그교미쇼모, 세부조쇼가, 리오크진쇼네, 조에슈범여, 시금의 저다, 이쇼텐닝 시 진리티엔다이고 부쇼무 사이도 쇼조상크묘 오사이 주야근남 学道四大全宗門放送上満足いよろじぽ一月築地変更本不言一種解放像法世功徳法上大集中説法ししく供養一切分不足習徳本三害を女分無下地世断未不詳願白営利投資最小尊志願や国家大戦を感動大具書店に大内名家ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ願にしく読平等正祭道本母内心往復上あらこ何万ダブス何万ダブスナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダナマンダブスナマンダブス
Thank you very much, Nanjo Sensei. Next, we'll have Gatha, Shinshu anthem, which is on page 5 in the service book. Congregation, please rise. お立ちください。Standing and turn to page 4 for the reading of the three treasures. The three treasures. Difficult is it to receive a human form. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not cross over to the truth in the present life, in what life shall we cross over? Let us, with sincerity and true reverence, take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we, together with all sentient beings, awaken to the great way of enlightenment and to the unsurpassed intent of Amida Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we, together with all sentient beings, enter the storehouse of the Dharma, becoming like the wisdom ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we, together with all sentient beings, become units in true accord, in harmony with all things. The peerless, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter, even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandavs, 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 namandavs. Please be seated. This evening, we are very happy to have the Reverend NANJO Osamu, who is the resident minister of Kyogakuji Temple in Shizuoka. He has just recently succeeded his father, and this is the first time he's speaking as the resident minister of Kyogakuji. We will now have Nanjo Sensei speaking on being grasped, never to be abandoned. 先生よろしくお願いいたします。
Please join me in Gassho. Seeing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the world, countless as particles in 10 quarters, the Buddha grasps and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandav, Namandav. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tsukiji Hongwanji English Saturday service. Well, as Reverend Yamamoto Sensei told us, I'm Osamu Nanjo. I'm very happy to be here tonight, and I'm very honored to be able to share the Dharma with you. Tonight, before starting the Dharma talk, let me introduce myself a little bit at first, okay? I prepared for my introduction as well. I live in Shizuoka city. Shizuoka is right there, very central of Japan. I think many of you, all of you already know, but Shizuoka is very famous for Mount Fuji and green tea. Green tea of Shizuoka is very, very, very nice. So I think the best green tea in Japan, or if it's the best in Japan, I think it's the best in the world. So if you like green tea, please visit Shizuoka. And I live in the capital of Shizuoka Prefecture. And our city, Shizuoka, is famous for strawberries and plastic models, like we have Tamiya and Bandai. So it's very famous. And also, Daidoge World Cup, which is a street performing World Cup. Because of the COVID-19, these 2 years we haven't had this World Cup, but it's a huge event, international event. Hopefully it will come back soon. But I think the most famous thing from our city, Shizuoka, is Chibimaruko-chan. Do you know Chibimaruko-chan? The popular Japanese anime. I remember that 5 or 6 years ago, I met a Hawaiian girl a girl from Hawaii. It was not in Shizuoka, but it was in Kyoto or Hiroshima or somewhere. And I asked her, what do you like best in Japan? It can be anything, like it can be food, Japanese food, or Japanese, any place, or like a group of music, whatever. What do you like the best of Japan? And do you know what she answered? She said, Chibimaruko-chan. So I was like, yes. Did you know that Chibimaruko-chan is from our city, Shizuoka? And she didn't know it. So Chibimaruko-chan is from Shizuoka. Well, because now I think it's broadcasting, YouTube, it's on YouTube, so I can't show you the image of Chibimaruko-chan, but if you like Chibimaruko-chan, please visit Shizuoka as well. There is a Chibimaruko-chan museum. I took Nanjo Sensei there as well already. And, okay, let's talk about our temple. Just as Yamamoto Sensei told, I'm a resident minister of Kyogakuji temple. Our temple is like this. It's in the center of Shizuoka city, which is about 10 or 15-minute walk away from the JR Shizuoka station, very close to the station. So if you ever come to Shizuoka, please visit our temple, Kyogakuji. And I just, as Yamamoto Sensei told us, I just became a resident minister of Kyogakuji temple in May, so half a year ago. And to tell you the truth, this month, 3 weeks ago, 8th and 9th of this month, we had a huge memorial service of succeeding the new resident minister. In Japanese, we say, Jushoku, Keishoku, Hokoku, Hoyo. 2 days ceremony. And there are many people gathering. And we, of course, we had a memorial service, chanting Shoshinge together with music. And we had a Dharma talk, of course. Reverend Hakusen Matsuzuki Sensei, we respect him so much. And after the Dharma talk, we had a music concert. She's a Kazumi Nikaido. She's a professional singer, and she sings the theme song of Ghibli as well. But at the same time, she's a Buddhist priest, and she's also a resident minister of the Jodo Shinshu temple in Hiroshima. And her voice was just beautiful and so touching. I liked it very much. And the second day, we had a parade of the children with a traditional costume, which is called Chigo Gyoretsu. It was very cute. And in this picture, actually, the two sons of Yamamoto Sensei is on this picture, actually. They helped our ceremony with music, Japanese instrument, gagaku. Thank you very much, Yamamoto Sensei. So it was a very big ceremony. And the last, we had a reception. I was so worried about the corona, but it was lucky that we could have the reception with many members of our temple. So it was a huge event for our temple. I am a 22nd resident minister of our temple. Kyogakuji was founded in 1234, so which is 788 years ago. So quite a long history. And I'm a 22nd resident minister, so I am feeling a lot of pressure and responsibility, but I'll do my best. Okay, and I also work at Brazilian school called Escola Fuji, which is located in Fuji City, next to Shizuoka, very close to the Mount Fuji. I studied Portuguese at university, and I lived in Brazil as well. So once a week, I go to this school and teach Japanese and English for Brazilian children. It's very nice for me because once a week I speak Portuguese, so not to forget Portuguese language. It's very good to go there and to talk with Brazilian children, Brazilian teachers. But English, I don't speak that much. Of course, there is an English class, so I teach English, but just 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. So my English is getting worse, but I'll try my best tonight. But sometimes I mix Portuguese and English. So if I speak if I start talking in Portuguese, please let me know, okay? But please try to understand what I would like to say. Okay, I think that's enough about me. So let's go on to the Dharma talk tonight. So today's topic is one of the hymns of the Pure Land written by Shinran Shonin. Sing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the worlds, countless as particles in 10 quarters, the Buddha grasps and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. In Japanese, 十方未尽世界の念仏の主情をみそなわし、摂取して捨てざれば、阿弥陀と名付け立てまつる。In this hymn, Shinran Shonin teaches us the meaning of Amida's name, the origin of the name Amida. And tonight, through this hymn, I would like to share the meaning of Amida. Through the meaning of Amida's name, we want to share the compassion of Amida Buddha and the working of Amida Buddha. But before talking about Amida, let me talk about the universe. Do you like universe? I do. I always like to see the stars in the sky. You know, I always like to see the movies about the universe. I always like to see the YouTube of NASA, things like that. And the best movie I've ever seen is called Contact, starring Jodie Foster, directed by Robert Zemeckis, I think, and written by Carl Sagan. It's a very good movie, and it's about the universe as well. Do you remember, I think it was last year in December, 2 Japanese men went to the space, went to the universe. Yusaku Maezawa and Yozo Hirai, 2 Japanese men. They are not astronauts. They are ordinary people, but they went out to the space. I was so excited. Wow, it seems like the universe got closer to us. But after that, I was shocked because I got to know how much they paid for the trip. Do you remember how much they paid? They paid 10 billion yen. 100億円? They paid 10 billion yen. They are not ordinary people. They're special people. So for me, it's still far away. Didn't get any closer. I was shocked. But my image of the universe is like that. And tonight, I would like to introduce the origin of the universe in Japanese. Uchu, we call it Uchu, right? Uchu consists of 2 Chinese characters, and each one of them has a special meaning. So the first kanji, this kanji, une, this means Shihou Joge, literally means 4 directions up and down. So 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. 4 directions, up and down. So it means everywhere. So Shihou Joge means boundless space. Okay, boundless space. And the second letter, second kanji, chu, this means oko raikon. Literally means past, present, and future. So past, present, and future it means unlimited time. So eternal time. So of course, Uchu is a Chinese character. So the ancient Chinese people created this word. So for them, ancient China, the concept of the universe was boundless space and unlimited time. It's very interesting. And some of you already might notice that this origin is similar to someone's name. Well, actually, I already put in the handout, so everybody knows, I guess. But it's very similar to the name of Amida Buddha. Amida is derived from the two Sanskrit words, which are Amitabha and Amitayus. So Amitabha and Amitayus, these two words became Amida. So Amida is derived two Sanskrit words. So what does Amitabha mean? Amitabha means immeasurable light. Amita means immeasurable, and Abha means light, immeasurable light. So light spreads everywhere, right? So it means boundless space, okay? And Amitayus means immeasurable life. So Amita means immeasurable, and Ayus means life. So life means the time, so it can be said unlimited time. So it's very similar to the origin of the universe. Well, by the way, so this, the origin of Amida is written on the sutra on Amida Buddha. So I'll show you, I'll introduce you. The sutra on Amida Buddha, in Japanese, Bussetsu Amida Kyo. Bussetsu Amida Kyo, Shakyamuni Buddha tells us the origin of the name of Amida. What do you think, Sariputra? Sariputra, a disciple, one of the disciples of Shakyamuni Buddha. What do you think, Sariputra? Why is that Buddha called Amida? Sariputra, it is because that Buddha's light is immeasurable and shines unhindered throughout the worlds of the 10 quarters. That is why the Buddha is called Amida. Furthermore, Sariputra, the life of the Buddha and the people of that land lasts for immeasurable, unlimited, and uncountable kalpas. That is why the Buddha is called Amida. So in this part, Shakyamuni Buddha teaches us the origin of the meaning of Amida Buddha. And right here, Buddha's light is immeasurable and shines unhindered throughout the worlds of the 10 quarters. So light is immeasurable, and the life of the Buddha and the people of that land lasts for immeasurable, unlimited, and uncountable kalpas. Kalpas is a unit of the time, very, very long time of India. So it means immeasurable life. But Shinran Shonin, in this hymn, he explains what really these two things means. Like, so the Amida Buddha, the name of Amida means immeasurable light and immeasurable life. But for us, what does it mean to us? Immeasurable light and immeasurable life. So what does it have to do with us? What does it mean to us? Just knowing the meaning doesn't help that much to feel Amida Buddha's compassion. But Shinran Shonin teaches us in this hymn that, so what does immeasurable light mean to me? What does immeasurable life mean to me? This is a very important part, I think. And Shinran Shonin teaches us in this hymn. So for us, immeasurable light or boundless space and unlimited time. So what does it mean to us? Shinran Shonin, in this hymn, actually added the annotation right here, the grasps in Japanese, Sesshu. What does grasp mean for us? Shinran Shonin teaches us. Grasps means that once grasped, one is never abandoned. Setsu, this letter, sesshu no first letter. Setsu means to pursue and grasp the one who seeks to run away. Setsu means to take in. Shu means to receive and embrace. So this is a very, very important part of this hymn, I think. So immeasurable light and immeasurable life, what does it mean to me? So it means once grasped, one is never abandoned. And even though who seeks to run away, this Amida's working, pursue and grasps and never abandon. We are already embraced in the Amida's compassion or Amida's working. That's what immeasurable life or immeasurable light means, Shinran Shonin says. Do you remember that I said that the universe, for me, it's still far away. Yeah? But I feel that way because the universe, I don't have that much money or I'm not capable to be an astronaut. But what's the truth? The truth is, I am feeling that way, the universe is far, but the truth is, I am in the middle of the universe. Is that right? You as well. Even if I say that I don't believe in the universe, or even if I say that I don't like the universe, so I'm gonna run away from the universe, but still, I'm in the middle of the universe. So, of course, I'm not saying that Amida Buddha and the universe is exactly the same. The universe is a more scientific world, and Amida's land is more spiritual world. And so I'm not saying the same, but I think it helps a little bit to feel or to think about the Amida's working or Amida's Buddha, comparing the universe. So, like I said, we are in the universe, no matter what we say or no matter how much I hate this universe, but still we are in the universe, right? So we sometimes might feel that Amida Buddha is kind of far, or Buddha's land, which is called Pure Land, or Jodo, seems to be far from us. But that's just what we feel. But the truth is, we are all in the middle of Amida's compassion. We are all in the middle of Amida's working of the Pure Land. That's the truth. Amida Buddha's name teaches us the compassion and the working is right here, right now. So boundless space and unlimited time means right now, right here. And in this hymn, I would like to show one more phrase right here. Throughout the worlds, countless as particles in 10 quarters. I would like to introduce this phrase because this is pretty much original of Shinran Shonin words. Throughout the words, in 10 quarters is not original. It was written in the sutra as well. But this word, countless as particles, is an original phrase of Shinran Shonin. Let's see in the sutra, the same part of sutra on Amida Buddha, Bussetsu Amida Kyo. Shakyamuni Buddha explains right here, throughout the worlds of the 10 quarters. So Shakyamuni Buddha says that the worlds of the 10 quarters, throughout the worlds of the 10 quarters. So not only this sutra, but this shows many in the sutras. So it's quite a common expression of saying that everywhere. Okay? But Shinran Shonin added, I think it's on purpose, countless as particles. In Japanese, it's mijin. Throughout the words of 10 quarters, jippo sekai, ne? Jippo sekai. But Shinran Shonin says, jippo mijin sekai. He added mijin, countless as particles. Why Shinran Shonin added these words? I would like to think about it and lastly. Well, before thinking about I would like to explain 10 quarters. This is 8 directions: north, south, east, and west, and northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. 8 directions, and up and down. So it means everywhere as well. Just like Shiho Joge, the universe, for directions and up and down. It's the same thing, same concept, everywhere. So 10 quarters already says that everywhere or boundless space. This already means the boundless space, but still Shinran Shonin added as countless as particles. Mijin. Why did he add these words? Well, to think about this, what's world? What is world? I like soccer pretty much, and the World Cup is coming next month. So in this case, the world or world championship or world map, we use this word world as a kind of international or all the countries or a whole planet. Like we use this world like that mostly. But world means another thing as well. For example, in the world of sport, in the men's world, women's world, or in the world of show business, in the child's world, like we use world, this meaning as well, don't we? So I'm in the men's world, and some of you are in women's world, and I'm in the world of the temple or the world of soccer, or I'm in the world of the music, piano, but many worlds. We have many worlds. But to think about that, to think that way, maybe we all live in a different world, don't we? Because we have different experience, we have different family, we have different friends, different environment. So we all live in a different world. Sometimes that's why I want to understand what he or she feels, but unfortunately, we live in a different world. I can't understand 100% of that people because we live in a different world. This is a picture of a shoe. What color is this shoe for you? Pink and green? Who else? For me, which color do you see? This right here, for example. One says pink. Nomi-sensei, pink. Well, actually, this is what my wife said, and I couldn't believe that. For me, it's gray. Who sees? Who thinks it's gray and light blue or light green lace? For me, I can't see any pink. And so shoelace is white. For you, right here, white, pink and white. For me, it's blue or light green and gray. So we are seeing the same thing, but we see differently. It's interesting. This one is interesting as well. I think right now we are all seeing the same. We see no, right? But we are watching it as no. But this monument, if we see in a different angle, so people from the different angle, they are watching like this. Look at this. So different angle, this monument, we see yes, totally different. But well, of course, this was made on purpose, just like this picture. This picture is very famous. So some of you maybe think this is rabbit, and some of you may think that this is a duck. Of course, this picture was drawn on purpose, but I think everything is like this, I think. Like we think that we are watching the same thing, but we are seeing different way. So sometimes that's why we have misunderstanding each other, and sometimes that's why I feel loneliness, because no one understands me or something like that. And why Shinran Shonin says countless as particles? Because this world is just my world. Amida Buddha is reaching us, but for Shinran Shonin, I think Amida's compassion or Amida's working is just for me, just my world. So not like he's saving all together, but Amida Buddha sees every single one of us, each one of us, differently. And I am with you, not all together, but I am with you. Like Shinran Shonin wanted to tell us that Amida Buddha's working is just not for us, but for me. This is an important thing for us to face the religion or to face the Jodo Shinshu teaching. I feel that way. Countless as particles is important word for Jodo Shinshu teaching. So Amida Buddha's compassion or Amida Buddha's working, seeing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the world, countless as particles in 10 quarters. The Buddha grasps and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. So Amida Buddha embraces anytime, anywhere, which means right here, right now, and never, ever, ever abandons me. So that's Amida's working, and that's what Shinran Shonin teaches us. So I don't know how long it passed, but I think that's all I would like to talk tonight. So please join me, Gassho, again. Seeing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the world, countless as particles in 10 quarters, the Buddha grasps and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. Namandab, 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 namandab. Thank you very much. I hope to see you. Next month is a Hoonko, right? So I hope to see you next month as well. Thank you very much. And YouTube, thank you very much for watching as well. So thank you very much. Namandab, 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 namandab.
Thank you very much for your Dharma talk, Nanjo Sensei. Next, we will have Gatha Namo Amida Butsu, which is on page 6 in your blue book. Please stand. Next, we will have the recitation of the Shinshu Creed, which is found on page 2 in the same book. And I will follow it with the reading of the benediction. The Shinshu Creed. Wholeheartedly take refuge upon Tathagata Amitabha for the enlightenment in the life to come, abstaining from all sundry practices and teachings and giving up the trust in our powerless self. We believe that the assurance of our rebirth comes at the very moment we are led to entrust upon the Buddha, and we call the name Namo Amida Butsu, in happiness and thankfulness for the Buddha's great compassion. We also acknowledge gratefully the benign benevolence of our founder and the succeeding masters who have led us to believe in this profound teaching, and we do now endeavor to follow throughout our lives the way laid down for us. Amida Buddha surrounds all men and all forms of life with infinite life and light. Particularly does the Buddha send forth loving thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to all those in doubt and ignorance, to all who are striving to attain truth, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change men call death. Amida Buddha sends forth oceans of wisdom and compassion. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandavs, 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 namandavs. Namandav, namandav, namandav. I'd like to thank you for attending our service this evening, and I'd like to thank all of those who are joining us on the web. For those attending here in person, please use the QR code, which is located at the back entrance. And for those watching online, please click on the link provided in the description field. We would appreciate if you'll fill in the survey provided in the link and give us some feedback or views so that we can improve on the services. As I have mentioned earlier, next service will be our Hoonko service, which is commemorating Shinran Shonin's birth. And the speaker will be Dr. and Reverend Kenneth Tanaka, Professor Emeritus of Musashino University. And the date will be November 26th from 5:30 here in the same room. Professor Tanaka's topic will be the larger sutra, teaching of desiring less and being satisfied with what I already have. If you can join us then. And as of this today, with the situation with the coronavirus, we plan to have a reception after the service next month. And the reception will be held from 7:15 in the room in the back. The fee will be 2,000 yen per person for the food and drinks. So please feel free to come and join us at the reception if you have time. And we do look forward to seeing you again. If you'll now join us in Gassho. Namandavs, 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 namandavs. Namandav, namandav. Thank you very much for joining us. If you will now come up and offer incense at this time, please do so.